Hi, I'm Mike from Scoutadelic, and let's talk about the Kandersteg International Scout Centre. Come on! Hi, I'm Mike from Scoutadelic. Now then, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I've been doing this for 110 months now, and this is my almost 10 years that I've been doing this. So come on, simply subscribe. It's free to do so. There are tons of ideas, activities, and even adventures and places in scouting that you never thought you probably would see. Now today is the first time that I have travelled in scouting internationally. It's also the first time that I've visited this place, Kandersteg International Scout Centre, or KISC for short. Located in Switzerland, it is the place where the Jamboree experience happens 365 days a year. So I've come to find out all about it. What are Pinkies? Having a tour, and even talking to the amazing new director of KISC himself. So let's find out who is the director of KISC and what is he all about.
Hi, my name is Pinkie. I'm the director at KISC, and this is my 60-second scouting.
3, 2, 1!
So what got you into scouting?
My parents. Yeah, my parents, I'm very lucky. I'm a baby scout. My parents met in scouting when they were in their early teens, right?
One thing that reminds you of home?
The smell of bread. Somehow, I think Spain has this tradition of having a lot of bakeries. So I have a lot of memories of being 13, 14, 15 years old, going and buy bread to eat or to have dinner.
What's your favorite memory of KISC?
That's a really complicated one, because I think we're privileged here. We get to build so many memories across, especially those who had the privilege to spend here years, like me. Like, I have almost a favorite memory every week.
What's the favorite nut you know?
The favorite nut? Ooh, the reef nut.
What does KISC mean to you?
Oof. Yeah, you have good questions, eh? KISC means to me is the live representation that it is possible for young people to lead organizations. It is possible for young people to learn things very quickly, and to actually stop thinking the way we were doing things in the past, and actually look forward to the future, and bring new ideas, new ways of doing things. And I think that's what KISC is about. It's about bringing scouts from over the world, right? And allow them, encourage them, enabling them to lead their own way and lead organizations to another level.
So Oggy wants to be a Pinkie, but what is a Pinkie? Let's find out.
A Pinkie is a staff member at Kandersteg International Scout Centre.
It could either be a short-term staff or long-term staff. There's also high-season staff during the summer, and we all wear pink. So that's why we are called Pinkies.
But if we go beyond that, I would say that it's a bit of a lifestyle, a bit of a mix of being a scout, serving, and also the work culture that we have here. And I can say that it's just one of the best things that happened to my life.
A Pinkie is a part of a family. So we are the one happy family that run the World Scout Centre, and we're all coming from all over the world to contribute to the permanent mini jamboree, as well as a permanent sense of scouting and familiarity.
Well, funny enough, when I came here as a short-term staff in 2022, I didn't know anything about the Pinkies. I didn't know anything about the World Scout Centre. I came here because I wanted to live in Switzerland. And when I arrived here and I started learning about this place, about the history, about the culture that we have here at the center, I just fell in love. And it was so wonderful that I was like, oh, I cannot believe that I lived without knowing what this was for so many years.
Where can I go to rekindle my flame of scouting? And then I was like, Kandersteg. And then I applied to come here. Then I got here and it was like scouting spirit, everything. Oh my God, this is so much scouting. Hell yeah, this is what I needed. And then it was like such a massive, scouting, like the flame that was like dwindling was just on braces, then became like a really strong spark and like really strong fire. and this was why I came here. It was like to rekindle my flame of scouting. So the Pinkies here, it can come from like running programs, guiding in the mountains, which you can't see now, but there are mountains there and everywhere.
To start with, the short-term stuff, they do a lot of the operational things, so the day-to-day things, and it can be program, it can be house, catering, maintenance, stuff like that.
Some workshops, some activities, but also the cooking, which you get to eat, also cleaning the stuff. On the campsite, we take care of the fields, like from the grass to the tents to the general infrastructure. So everything that the center needs is the Pinkies to do.
So we have this website called KISC.ch, which is the website for Kandersteg International Scout Centre. You go there and you would apply to be ideally first a short-term staff. They're here for 3 months. You can choose between autumn, winter, spring or summer. And I suggest that you read up on what the different seasons are like, what they do. Because, for example, in spring or autumn, you do a bit of everything. You cook some food, you're a bit in catering, you clean, you're a bit in house. You might help, for example, people like me who do infrastructure, so I do a bit all over the place. Do a bit of everything. In summer, you're more specialized, there's a lot more guests, so if you're really social and really want to interact with people, summer is a lovely time where you can be part of our program team as well, offering activities, hikes, climbs, and whatever other things we may facilitate.
You need to be 18 plus, you need to be registered in your NSO, in your National Scout Association, so you need to be part of WASM or WAGS. Those are like the basic things, but then I would say you have to have an inner fire for serving other people, and you have to have an inner fire for wanting to be part of this super international family.
Never been to Kandersteg? Well, this is a Scout's Guide to the Kandersteg International Scout Centre. Kandersteg gets its name from the river Kander, which is obviously passes by the Scout Centre as well. Kandersteg itself has around about roughly just over 1,000 residents, which means that when there's a big Scout jamboree happening at the centre, well, I think the population goes up quite a bit drastically. From KISC there are many hikes that you can go on, whether it's up slopes, if it's under trees or whatever, but one really nice one is if you follow the Kander River. Not only will it lead you to Kandersteg the village around about in 30 minutes, depending on your pace, but also you get to see this. Just a secret fact that not many people know, but Kandersteg Scout Centre gets their marshmallows in big wads. So yeah, so if you see them, it's really not hay wrapped around or whatever. It's actually marshmallows, and then they chop them into the little tiny ones that they can roast on fires. There we go. So the Kandersteg International Scout Centre has been around since 1923. So in the site next door to the Kander River, you will find this. This is a time capsule which was put here on their 100th anniversary, which was in 2024. It's encased in concrete and probably going to be open up in about 100 years time, so I might not be around to find out what's actually inside. When you get to KISC, and if you are staying in one of the rooms, the best place is to go to reception. There is another reception for just camping, but that's only open for the summer. Most of the activities and everything else you can book here, and it's just down the drive and along the river. If you're going on hikes, for example, and they're the best people to tell you, well, actually, you need this bit of kit and that bit of kit. But also, they sell this. It's the Kandersteg KISC passport, and inside there are tons of different activities. There's different badges that you can obviously collect and there's also the hut challenge where if you visit these huts, you can stamp them. You can also fill in your details and put a cool little picture of yourself. Some really cool facts, as well as a map of the site so you don't get lost, because it is big. It comes in 4 different colours, but obviously you want to get the orange one because why else not? So there are 2 main chalets at KISC. You'll have the original one, and then obviously reception, and then above reception is the new one. Now in the chalets there are rooms. They range from like a bed of 4, bed of 6 to a bed of however many. You can actually book those and you'll be in one of them, and you might even be in the one that I was in. So there we are. Some of the rooms in the Scout Chalet are named after certain Scout organisations around the world. For example, Swiss, or even the UK. Just a quick thing, that when you're staying here and you may have had an EU plug, well, some of them can be a bit big, and your plug is actually under the light switch. So you need a thinner one to actually plug it in. So just remember. And if you decide that you want to obviously eat here, you can with the canteen. They do breakfast, they do a pack up for lunch, but you do obviously have to take it with you, and they do obviously dinner, and they can feed over 300 people across 3 sittings on their busiest time. So in the chalet they have 2 common areas where people can meet and share stories. So one of them is the High Adventures room, and the other is the International Friendship Room, which has a cool little piano and again more space for people to chat. Now you may notice there's a lot of neckerchiefs above. They have tons of them. Every single person who comes here, if they want to obviously donate a neckerchief to go up, they can do so. And then every so often they switch them around. So sometimes they get washed. Clearly being up there, they're going to attract dust and things like that. But yeah, so they change every single time. So your neckerchief might be up one time, then it might be getting in the wash, and then it might be somewhere else in the hall of the buildings. Also, when you get to reception, there's also a cool little shop as well, which sells quite a lot of different things. Badges, if you're obsessed with badges. Woggles, if you're obsessed with woggles. Neckerchiefs, if you're obsessed with neckerchiefs. They've got all 3 and more. So in the shop you can get yourself a postcard, but they also sell stamps. So you don't have to find a post office, and if you want to post it, next door to reception there's a post office box, you can just shove it in. Unless you're writing 28 postcards, and then clearly, yeah. If you visit Kandersteg, then you need to meet their smallest of pinkies. It's a cat, and they may be wandering around, but yeah, check them out. And here, just next door to reception, is obviously a water where you can just fill up your bottle. Supposedly I've been told it's the cleanest water that there is. I'm not sure, I've not tried it. If you're coming via coach, well, let them know, because they only have this spot for coaches. Don't worry though, because they do have other options, but they need to know. So my point being, if you're coming via coach, let them know. And if you don't want to go camping, there is places like this where you can actually book out the entire like sort of building for your group, or your district or county or whatever who's coming, and enjoy some amenities like beds. So if you actually want to rent some kitchens, you can do so. There are 4 kitchens that you can rent. The white one's the bigger one. Inside is obviously a kitchen, and then outside you can have your meals. And if you're coming here and you don't really want to like sort of drive here and you want to get your groceries, well, you can either get them from KISC themselves, or do a 30-minute walk or a bus journey into town to maybe get them slightly cheaper, but yeah, there we are. So when you arrive, you could obviously be part of one of these 9 campsites just across the river from the Kandersteg International Scout Centre. There's 9 of them, and there's also a little hut that does have like sort of fridges inside, but it is kind of a first come first serve type thing, because a lot of people camp on here, and although there's 9 here, there's also quite a lot across the road as well. Now you may think that this is it. So you've got the Scout Centre there, you've got a little bit of extra camping down here, and that's it. It isn't. This is a small slither of what Kandersteg is like. So last month you guys have done some stunning and amazing photos on social media. So here's what you guys got up to last month. Here we go. So this month, I want to see your photos. We all do. So post them on social media, tag in Scoutadelic and let me know. And then you never know, you might be appearing in next month's show. So you're going to Kandersteg, needing some top tips? Well, these are some top tips for visiting Kandersteg or KISC for the first time. Here we go.
Try to come in summer, because in summer is when you can like really experience the permanent mini jamboree. Other seasons are super beautiful for other reasons. Maybe the snow is super nice, or like the center is very chill, so you can walk around and have like a nice holidays in here. But if you come in summer, it's 3 months, 2 months of the permanent mini jamboree, and I think that's what we built here, and it's so pleasant and so beautiful that would be my one advice.
Get involved with everything you can. Get outside and bring clothing for the weather.
Okay, my best tip is pack clothes for all kinds of weathers, because it was sunny this morning and I thought, oh, it's like shorts weather, and then now it's raining, so I have to take my raincoat and my boots. So pack for summer, spring, autumn, winter, everything, even though you are here during one season.
If a scout comes to me and say, can you give me a tip about Kandersteg? My tip would be, go to Kandersteg. Because that's something every scout should strive to do at least once.
A top tip for visiting Kandersteg in Switzerland is enjoy the experience. It is a brilliant place to visit. But make sure you've got the right equipment to do it. With all the amazing walks you can go on, make sure that you've got comfortable hiking boots that you've broken in, and you've got good quality walking socks to wear with them.
My top tips for Kandersteg are, firstly, get your paperwork in order, because when we were there was a Swedish troop that was stopped at the border and had all their gear confiscated. And secondly, be prepared, because you're in the mountains. Be prepared for weather. We were there in July and we had rain, blazing sunshine, and snow on the tents. It settled. So a bit of everything.
If you're lucky enough to be going to Kandersteg, here's my top tip to you. Do as much as you possibly can while you're there and make the most of your experience. It's probably the only time you get to go to Kandersteg as a scout, so do as much as you possibly can. And there's something for everyone, whether you like doing the summer toboggan run, or maybe swimming in the lake is more your thing, or climbing one of the challenging via ferratas, or just enjoying some of the water sports in Interlaken. There is something for you there. And if you're over 18, make sure you visit Doris at the Hotel Crystal for some traditional Swiss food, beverages and hospitality. You won't be disappointed.
So my tips if you're going to Kandersteg this year, whether you're going in summer or winter, there's always something really great to do there if you're lucky enough to go. So for the summertime, it gets really hot there. So definitely think about the weather and how hot you're going to get. The showers are also freezing, which is great in the summertime. That's what you really want, but just remember that to time your showers at the right time. And also at Kandersteg, if you want another little collector's tip, I would suggest getting one of their neckers that they do one for every year. This is the 2025 one. It's a really nice one as well because it goes from the blue to the purple, so yeah, nice little color changing one there.
I'd say be prepared to make friends for life.
This fella's been hiding in this episode. Ow! Ouch, I'm not putting that in. This fella has been hiding in our episode this month. Have you spotted him? If you have, send me an email to hello@scoutadelic.com and give me a screen grab of where you spotted him. If you're right, then I may be giving you something a little special as a treat. So there we are. Don't say I don't give you anything.
And that's the end of our show.
Don't forget to like and share this episode.
By participating, you can get one of these ones.